Future leaders like Larry Walklin. Larry's first full-time teaching job was at Creighton University, hired by and working for Father Williams. Dr. Larry Walklin today is professor and chair of the Broadcasting Department, University of Nebraska, Lincoln School of Journalism. And he's another dedicated broadcaster who has served the broadcasting community of Nebraska and beyond for nearly 28 years. Born in Grand Island, Nebraska, he spent his youth in this central Nebraska community. During his high school days, Larry began what was to be an outstanding academic and professional career, starting as an announcer at KMMJ Radio in Grand Island. He began his academic career at Kansas State University in Manhattan, where he worked as a reporter, newscaster, and announcer for KSDB Radio. Larry completed his bachelor's degree in 3 short years. Then, after 1 year at Michigan State University, he gained a master's degree plus experience on the production staff of WMSB-TV in East Lansing. Still seeking education, Larry left Michigan in 1962 to enter the PhD program at the University of Iowa. During his stay at Iowa, he served as teaching assistant for the university's television, radio, film division, as well as a reporter and newscaster for KXIC AM and FM in Iowa City. He joined Creighton in 1966, working for Father Williams, and in 1967, Larry was offered a position as assistant professor in the broadcasting sequence of the University of Nebraska School of Journalism. During his first year at UNL, he completed his dissertation and was granted a PhD from the University of Iowa. By 1970, he had been promoted to associate professor with tenure and head of the School of Journalism's broadcasting sequence. Also in 1970, with the help of the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, came the licensing of KRNU Radio, UNL's student-operated radio station. Larry became general manager of KRNU, a position he continues to hold today. That year, membership was granted to the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and Larry's long-standing service to the organization began. In 1971, he became the first educator to serve on NBA's board of directors. And in 1972, he was elected treasurer of the NBA, a position he has held now for 13 years. Larry holds an appointment as senior producer of the Project 12 unit, which began in 1972. He was appointed full professor in 1974, the top academic rank a university teacher can achieve. The 1970s also were a time of great professional and academic activity for him. He served as president of the Nebraska Professional Chapter of the Society of Professional Journalists, Sigma Delta Chi, as a member of the board of directors of both the Radio Television News Directors Association and Foundation, head of the Radio Television Division of the Association for Education and Journalism, and regional director for Alpha Epsilon Rho, the National Broadcasting Honorary. In 1979, Larry assumed his current position as chair of UNL's Broadcasting Department, effective when the School of Journalism attained college status. In 1980, Larry married the former Karen McCall, now Director of Promotion and Public Relations for KOLN-TV, KGIN-TV. But 1982 proved to be his most exceptional year. He received a Distinguished Teaching Award from the University of Nebraska, was elected to the presidency of the UNL Faculty Senate, and was elected as media coordinator to supervise a 1-year experimental broadcast coverage of the Nebraska Supreme Court. Under his guidance, that experiment became the basis for Supreme Court-approved broadcast coverage continuing today. Also that year, Larry became the first Fred and Gladys Seton Distinguished Professor of Journalism, a professorship endowed by the Seton Foundation. And he was highlighted as speaker for the midwinter commencement exercises of the University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
In the information age, the opportunities for communication of knowledge are unrivaled in the history of the world. Listen to the internal voice which urges you, indeed compels you, to strive for excellence.
In 1984, Karen and Larry became the proud parents of Gregory John Walklin, now 1. And Larry was pleased to accept a Gold Exarban Award on behalf of KRNU's coverage of the Supreme Court impeachment trial of then Attorney General Paul Douglas. Larry Walklin has truly served as an outstanding professional in both the academic and media worlds, and continues making strong and lifelong impressions on those broadcasting and graduate students of the University of Nebraska School of Journalism. His impact on and service to the Nebraska Broadcasters Association has been tremendous. Tonight, the Nebraska Broadcasters Association is proud to welcome into the Hall of Fame Father Roswell C. Williams and Dr. Larry Walklin. Congratulations.